Edward Island, I get this right yet, Nova Scotia, 2 ties, Prince Edward Island, a win and a tie. So all 4 teams, depending on what happens today, this game, Newfoundland and Labrador versus Nova Scotia, and then our next game at noon today, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island. The outcome of these 2 games will determine which 2 teams advance to the gold tomorrow and which 2 teams will play for the bronze. Say Newfoundland and Labrador, 1 win, 1 loss. They lost their opening game to New Brunswick, 3-2 on Thursday morning. And for Nova Scotia, a pair of ties against Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. Update on the weather, which has had a major role to play in the tournament so far. It was very windy if you were with us the first couple of days, and all the goals were being scored down to our right as the wind was blowing hard left to right. Good news, wind has died down. Virtually no wind this morning. But on the bad news side, heavy rain has moved into the west coast of the island this morning. It actually has let up a little bit now. It's more of a heavy mist, but it was raining hard here in Corner Brook earlier this morning. It is expected to ease up as the day goes on, but right now players are playing in a fairly heavy rain. So wind is gone, rain is in, and the players are ready. 4 games again today on our webcast schedule. 2 games in the under 13 and then 2 games in the under 14. And then we'll get to the gold medal games tomorrow. Actually, great conditions for soccer today. The kids don't mind a little bit of rain. I say there's no wind, so no advantage going left to right or right to left as there was the last couple of days. Newfoundland and Labrador will get first touch. They are in the maroon-colored tops or wine-colored, the black shorts. Nova Scotia, white jerseys, blue shorts, and right away the ball goes out. It will belong with Nova Scotia. Jack McPhee will take the throw in. Goes out. This time it will belong to Newfoundland and Labrador. Alexander Dillon to take the throw in. All at midfield, taken by Nova Scotia. And back and forth we go at midfield. Finally, Nova Scotia come up with it, but they turn it over. Owen Afonso to Nick Jones. He's dispossessed. Owen Llewellyn Brown, and nobody able to move right now. Plays stuck in that center circle. Now Hassan moves it left side. Isaac Bailey up ahead. Finds Reggie Pike. Pike had a great game yesterday for Newfoundland and Labrador in their victory over Prince Edward Island. Ball goes out. It'll stay with Newfoundland and Labrador. Ethan Strickland puts it out. Or actually, that's Kyle Keane. It was Ethan Strickland. So throw in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Thomas McCormick, who's had a very good tournament for Nova Scotia. Number 11, the ball briefly. A series of throw-ins here early in this first half. Not much in it yet. Just under 3 minutes gone in our opening 35 minutes. Foul call against Nova Scotia. The ball will belong to Newfoundland and Labrador. Kick will be taken by the keeper. That's Braden Harvey, the keeper for Newfoundland and Labrador. Down the other end will be Connor Burns in goal for Nova Scotia. Alfonso trying to get free, gets it to Nick Jones. Hassan trying to get through, only as far as the top of the penalty area. A push, and the ball will go over to Team Nova Scotia. Still raining fairly steadily here in Corner Brook. Bright sunshine the last 2 days. Headed down by Shahada. The ball goes out. It belongs to Newfoundland and Labrador. Hassan. He lost it. Right in front of us, the ball goes out. It'll stay with Nova Scotia. Ball into the middle, Alfonso. Up ahead to Hassan, to Pike. Pike is stopped. Stepping up nicely there was number 4, Alexander Dillon. Ball came back to him, gets it to Hassan. Hassan down along the sideline. Jack McPhee up with the ball for Nova Scotia. Strickland taken by McCormick. Up ahead to Pike. Race for it, coming out of the goal. Can't pick it up, and very close, dove back just inside the penalty area. Connor Burns came outside first and then waited for the ball to cross the line and then dove back onto it. That's headed on. Ethan Strickland back to pick it up for Newfoundland and Labrador. To Alexander Dillon into the middle. Nick Kuchuk to Llewellyn Brown. McCormick. Kuchuk into the middle and cleared away by Ahmed Shahada for Newfoundland and Labrador. Mitchell Schwed. Things open up a little bit from a fairly congested opening to this game. Ball seemed to have been stuck right at the midfield area. Now they're moving it around a little better. Whoops, ball gets by Strickland and over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for Nova Scotia. Jack McPhee. Llewellyn Brown. It's Owen Llewellyn Brown. His cross comes to the top of the penalty area and cleared away. Trying to get to it is Nick Jones, but Nova Scotia come up with it. No further than the top of the box, and then Newfoundland will bring it out. Formosa Hassan. A bit of room to ramble, plays it over to the left side. Was trying to get it over there to Isaac Bailey. The ball goes out, it will go over to Nova Scotia. McPhee up ahead, but that pass in behind Llewellyn Brown, and Newfoundland had it momentarily. Aiden Dennis for Nova Scotia. Trying to work his way down the right side. It's it to McCormick. Back to Dennis. Ethan Strickland has it for Newfoundland and Labrador. Up through the middle. Not ready for it. And a chance for Nova Scotia. Ball goes harmlessly into Harvey. Pass it up. Pike tried to go into the middle. That was intercepted by Nova Scotia. McCormick has it. Alfonso was all over him. Aiden Dennis. To the middle to Kachuk. Llewellyn Brown. Back to Kachuk. Put out. McPhee will take the throw in for Nova Scotia. 9 minutes gone. Opening half. That's headed down smartly. Llewellyn Brown has it. To the middle. Warmay. Try for a goal, and that will go wide. Harvey will come out to get it. A push in the back by the Nova Scotia players, so a free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. McPhee having to hustle back, and good work by Jack McPhee. Alfonso into the middle. He gets pushed. Will be a foul against Nova Scotia. Free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. Ethan Strickland will take this for Newfoundland and Labrador. Chipped in towards goal. Still in play. Hassan will get the corner kick. First corner of the game. Go for Newfoundland and Labrador. And we may have a bit of an issue getting a shot of that far corner. Can we get it? No, can't get it. That's because we had to move the camera back because of the rain. But it is a corner down in the right-hand corner for Newfoundland and Labrador. Referee wants to talk to some of the players as they're jockeying for position in front of the goal. Now we are set to go. Max Baker Pike. And his corner hits the side of the goal, so it'll be a goal kick for Nova Scotia. Chase off, looking for McCormick. Shahada will go all the way back to Harvey. Rain picking up here at Wellington Field. Raining much harder than it was the opening kickoff. Alfonso. It is a artificial surface here at Wellington, so we don't have to worry about the field getting pitted up, but it can get a little slick when it gets wet. Llewellyn Brown. Ball goes out, throw in for Newfoundland and Labrador. It's Alexander Dillon to take the throw. Try to get it to Formosa Hassan. It's out. And it will belong with Newfoundland and Labrador in the throw-in once again. Again, Alexander Dillon, this time onto the foot of Hassan, to the middle to Pike. Right back to Josh Peddle. Shahada, back to Harvey. Harvey tried to get it over to the far side, but that's picked off by Dennis towards the goal, and Harvey will come out and gather that up. Ahmed Shahada. That's knocked down by McCormick. Shahada gets the head on it. Pike trying to get there. Getting there first is number 10 for Nova Scotia, Lachlan Chasson. Ball goes out, throw in Newfoundland and Labrador. Be sure to join TV1 Scott Squires and CTV's Cyril Lunny on the Sideline Scoop each Monday at 8:40 a.m. Atlantic, 9:10 a.m. Newfoundland time. Get up to date on Bella Line 5 TV1's local sports coverage with Scott and Cyril. That's the Sideline Scoop, Mondays, only on CTV Morning Live Atlantic. Ball intended for McCormick didn't get through. Chasson stepping up for Nova Scotia, gets it to McCormick this time. Pike back there to clear it. Actually, it was Strickland. Now it's Pike, number 10 for Newfoundland and Labrador, over on the far side. Unable to keep it in. It'll be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. Strickland will clear it to midfield. Pike has it there. Reggie Pike. To the middle, up ahead for Hassan. Hassan trying to get some space on the right side. Hassan working against McPhee. Hassan still with it now to Dillon. Into the middle. Peddle. Ball up ahead looking for Dillon. There's a push as Dillon put two hands into the back of Jack McPhee, and referee wants to have a chat about the pushing. Free kick, Nova Scotia. Gabriel Jean to take it. Right to Llewellyn Brown. Into the middle, Strickland. Stepped up and got a foot in there for Newfoundland and Labrador. Possession maintained by Nova Scotia. Llewellyn Brown. Headed away by Shahada. Up to the middle, Jones on it. Jones tried to get it to Pike, taken by Chasson. Alfonso following up on it. To Jones. Jones trying to weave his way through the middle. The ball comes loose. John plays it back to his keeper. And Burns will put it into touch under pressure. Throw in Newfoundland and Labrador. Pike back to Peddle. To Alfonso. Chasson has it. Kachuk. Taken away. Newfoundland and Labrador pushing forward. Here's Hassan. Hassan watched by Mitchell Schwed. Ball goes out. It will be a goal kick for Nova Scotia. Just under 17 minutes gone. Opening half here this morning. No real scoring chances yet to talk about for either team. There's a poor kick right to Hassan. Just put it high in the air. Jones trying to trap it there. Jones back to Peddle. Peddle. It's taken by Dennis. You get it to McCormick. Ball bouncing around. Just trying to get it to settle. Finally, Kachuk does. And quickly up the field. They were looking for Miles Warmay. Harvey has it. McCormick heading it on. Dennis. Warmay. Taken away by Strickland. Strickland is looking for Pike. That'll go out, and it'll be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. Lachlan Chasson. Quickly into McCormick. to Dennis. Up ahead, Warme. McCormick to the edge of the box, no further. Pike. Peddle and his attempted pass for Alexander Dillon, well behind Dillon, and it goes over the sideline, throw in for Nova Scotia. Shahada there first for Newfoundland and Labrador, up ahead for Pike. Formosa Hassan, back to Pike. Foul call against Nova Scotia, free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador right at midfield. Everybody walking by the ball, referee standing out at midfield, waiting for somebody to bring it back. Labrador tried to get the penalty kick or the free kick up about 30 meters in front of where it should be. Referee brings it back. Now we've got things set up. Ethan Strickland to take this free kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Taken away by Dennis. Aiden Dennis for Nova Scotia. Ball goes out. It will belong to Newfoundland and Labrador on the throw-in. Fonzo. Schwed. Chase on. He mishandled it. The ball goes out. Newfoundland and Labrador throwing. Quickly taken into Hassan. Looking for Pike. Reggie Pike. Surrounded by Nova Scotia defenders, and ball is taken away. Good work in midfield. Josh Peddle, long try for goal. One bounce. No trouble for Connor Burns. Down the field, Strickland. He'll go back to Harvey. And the wind has actually now picked up a little bit here this morning, and it is blowing from right to left. We haven't seen that wind. The week has been just the opposite the first 2 days. So what breeze there is now favoring Nova Scotia. Headed into by McCormick, again easily taken by Harvey. To Shahada. To Bailey. Bailey trying to move it up to Pike. Slipping at midfield was Nick Jones. And actually they're saying he was tripped by the Nova Scotia player. Referee has called a foul. Free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. Watch Inside AUS for a look at what makes Atlantic University sport the ultimate student-athlete experience. Inside AUS is available to 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on channels 1 and 401 and at bellalliant.ca/TV1. 5 TV1 powered by Bell Alliant. Mitchell Schwed getting a little bit of attention from the far side. He's up, limping a little bit, but will stay in the game. Strickland to take the free kick again. We are set to go. McCormick, the head on it first. Aiden Dennis. Llewellyn Brown. Warme. McCormick. Good build up here by Nova Scotia. Aiden Dennis. They maintain possession. Missed by Dillon, and Llewellyn Brown trying to get to it. Brown pushes over the Newfoundland and Labrador defender Strickland. So it'll be a free kick again for Newfoundland and Labrador. Good play by Llewellyn Brown to knock it down. Turned back on and got the foot up. Wins the throw-in for Nova Scotia. Unable to keep it in. We'll go over to Newfoundland and Labrador. McPhee slipped, but maintains possession. Great work by Jack McPhee. Still going. McPhee working across the field and then gave it away, but a foul against Newfoundland and Labrador. Free kick, Nova Scotia. Great work by number 15, Jack McPhee, as he slipped over here by the near sideline, got up, maintained possession, and got around a couple of Newfoundland and Labrador defenders before he was pushed. McPhee and John are there. John will take it just to the top of the penalty area. Chasson. Aiden Dennis. Up to Pike for Newfoundland and Labrador. Mitchell Schwed. Go back to his keeper, Burns. Burns drives it up the field. Llewellyn Brown, Owen Llewellyn Brown into the middle. Formosa Hassan, Gabriel Jean took it away from him. Lachlan Chasson. Peddle got a foot in there for Newfoundland and Labrador, cleared by Baker Pike, right back in again. McCormick. McPhee. Back into the middle. Possession maintained by Nova Scotia. McPhee. Warmay. Into the middle. Kuchik. Jones for Newfoundland and Labrador. Kuchik has it. Chasson. Nova Scotia. Pressing. Long shot, easily handled by Harvey. Maybe the best bit of prolonged possession we've seen in the game so far, that time by Nova Scotia. But really not much in the way of scoring chances coming out of it. Bailey for Newfoundland and Labrador. Aiden Dennis called for a little tug on the jersey. Free kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. No scoring, 26:45 gone in the opening half. A very soggy Saturday morning in Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador. Quite a contrast to the last 2 days, which were played under bright sunny skies, high winds. Very little wind today, but as I say, the rain is coming down quite steadily. It has been since early this morning here on the west coast of the island of Newfoundland. McCormick. Alfonso took it away from McCormick. And McCormick returned the favor and then gave it away again. Baker Pike. Sorry, Bailey of Newfoundland and Labrador, number 13. Free kick for Nova Scotia. Headed away by Shahada. Controlled by Nova Scotia. McCormick passed for Aiden Dennis, and Dennis didn't take that properly. The ball went out. Now Dennis has it. Sends it down the field. Strickland with a foot in there. Ball comes here to the near side. Racing onto it is McPhee for Nova Scotia. McPhee working against Alexander Dillon. Dillon gets to it, puts it out as he was being pressured, and it'll be a throw in for Nova Scotia. Kuchik, Llewellyn Brown. Foul called. Free kick, Nova Scotia. Newfoundland players wanted an explanation as to who was being called for that foul. Appeared to be Owen Afonso. McPhee will take this once the referee gets the wall to move back a couple of steps. McPhee into the penalty area. McCormick looking for it. And cleared by Newfoundland and Labrador. Pike couldn't get a foot on it. Gabriel John, he lost it. But stepping up smartly, Schwed driving it towards goal. And they're going to call it a goal as it went over Harvey's head, landed in behind the goal line, and then he reached back to get it. We'll see if we can get our replay to pick this up. A long try for goal by Mitchell Schwed. So Newfoundland Labrador in good position. They clear the ball. Pike missed, and here comes Schwed just racing in. Well, not quite there. We'll get there. There it is, right between the two Newfoundland and Labrador players. And he sends it high towards goal. Harvey reaches up. It goes off his fingertips, drops behind him, and he reaches to try and keep it out. It's a rule that it did get in behind him and drop over the goal line. Frankly, it did look that way when we saw it live. So 1-0. Nova Scotia leading Newfoundland and Labrador, and great play by Mitchell Schwed. The ball was there for Newfoundland and Labrador to take, but the two Newfoundland and Labrador players kind of let it go between the two of them. They were unsure who was going to take it, and Schwed stepped up and scores the opening goal in our game. Hassan. McPhee doing a great job to defend against Formosa Hassan, and then brings it up the field, gets it to Llewellyn Brown. Ball through the middle looking for McCormick. Coming out is Harvey. Sends it high in the air. And again, the referee wants to talk to somebody. Offside flag had gone up. Like he was coming in to have a chat with one of the players, but just checking with the official over on the far side. The flag had gone up. And you could sense Nova Scotia coming on a little bit in the last few moments. They've had a lot of the possession and finally reward it with the goal. McPhee had a very good half for Nova Scotia. Back left defender. Aiden Dennis. Dennis gets free momentarily into the middle. Warmay. He stopped. McCormick has it. Errant pass, but it'll stay with Nova Scotia. McCormick. Shahada broke that up. Bailey. He lost it to Dennis. Chasson, his first touch will go out. Will go over to Newfoundland and Labrador. It's taken a while, but we finally have a goal scored down to our left. It's only the second goal scored down there. The opening goal of the tournament was that way, and then it was 19 straight scored down to the right because of the wind the last 2 days. That same wind not evident here today. Llewellyn Brown taking away Jones. Jones will go back to Harvey. Harvey just gets rid of it as Warmay was closing in, looking for a loose ball. It'll be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. Just a minute to go in regulation time here in the first half. 2 35-minute halves we play, and both the boys under 13 and under 14. Referee says this throw-in will belong to Newfoundland and Labrador. Put towards goal. It'll go over the goal line for a goal kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Quickly to Strickland. Too quick for the referee. Wasn't quite ready. Harvey will go the other side. Looking for Shahada, but up in front of him. Slow to move on it and quick to move on it. Aidan Dennis of Nova Scotia. His cross will drift behind the net. We're now in added time here in the first half. Again, it will be a goal kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Shahada to Bailey. Taken away by McCormick. Back to Bailey. And for Pike, got past Jones. Llewellyn Brown hustling to get there, but first is Alexander Dillon. There goes the whistle. First half comes to an end. Just the one goal, that belonging to Nova Scotia. A long shot by Mitchell Schwed that the Newfoundland and Labrador keeper Harvey got his hands on it, just dropped in behind him, just barely over the goal line before he reached back and tried to swat it away. So 1-0, Nova Scotia leads Newfoundland and Labrador after 35 minutes. You're watching the 2017 Under 13 Boys Atlantic Soccer Championships from Wellington Field in Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador, exclusively on 5 TV1.
There's nothing faster than light. Fiber optic uses light to deliver the internet. It's the fastest internet technology, so you can share, learn, stream, or do whatever you want at the speed of light. And only Bell brings fiber optic internet right to your home.
there's off the beaten path. And then there's this place. Newfoundland and Labrador.
Hey, Mom, is it okay if Sarah comes over for dinner tonight?
Yeah, as long as it's okay with her mom.
Can she?
Yeah, of course.
Yes!
At Ronald McDonald House, we give families a home away from home, close to their sick children.
I was approached to see if I wanted to be part of the Dream Catchers, to work with Nick and Wajo and Robert, and we would go across the country to all 10 provinces and 3 territories, and we would work with young people, generally around the ages of 11 to 13, to talk to them about their dreams, not just for themselves, but for the future of Canada. But we just had our second workshop, and so far it's been mind-blowing with what these kids are bringing to us. It's just been amazing. The kids are so generous with their ideas and their thoughts and their dreams.
A lot of kids my age and other ages, doesn't matter if they're younger or older, they're all like insecure about like who they are, and they always feel like they're lower and that on like a population scale, but really no one really cares. Just be yourself, and by coming here, you learn a lot of who you really are and how you should act.
We talk a lot in the workshop about self-confidence and knowing that you have something within you that you should share, whether it is, you know, a gift at math, or you're really good at science, or you're a great runner, whatever that gift is, not being afraid to show it, because I think kind of live in a celebrity-obsessed culture, and I think a lot of kids, if all they're getting in more remote communities, if they're getting these YouTube feeds of celebrity culture, sometimes maybe just, enjoying hiking doesn't feel like it's a really big, important gift. Or maybe someone, writing music or composing music, maybe that doesn't feel like that's amazing. And it is. So I feel like in these workshops we're doing, we're holding a light up to these kids and saying, I see who you are. Tell us more.
Worked as a war correspondent. I've seen hell. I've been through it. I don't want nobody to go through that. So I make it a point and help them make the right decision. And then again, believe in your dreams. Do what you want, not what you're stuck with, not what people slated you for doing.
What's really important too is we're bringing people from in each community, so we're bringing artists from each community with us to say, look, this person grew up in this province, and they look like you, and they sound like you, and they're living their dream. They've gone and they've gone after this creative dream, and they're living it.
It's really good for people to interact with other people that they don't know, and it's a good way to learn things that you've never really known before.
What was your favorite part of it today? What's your favorite activity? What's your favorite thing that you saw? What's your favorite thing that you did?
That I made new friends.
I think we're trying to show them that you might not be able to change the world today, but they can change their world. And I think that's a really big step. And I think that the arts are such a huge, huge, huge part of that change. And they have never been more important. And that's why this project is so incredible.
A message from the Government of Canada.
What if he doesn't like me back?
Like his friend.
Good idea. Can you forge my mom's signature?
I can, but will I? No.
come back live at Wellington Field in Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador, getting set for the second half. This game between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and Labrador. Nova Scotia lead it 1-0 and a goal by Mitchell Schwed. Again, this is the final day of round robin competition. Medal games will be played tomorrow. All 4 teams in the under 13 still with a chance to get into that gold medal game depending on the outcome of the games today. New Brunswick currently leading the standings with 3 points. Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, 2 teams we're watching now, tied with 2. Prince Edward Island with 1 point through their first 2 games. But again, all 4 have a chance to get in. So it's been very competitive. We said that right from the beginning of this under 13. All the games have been close. Not much to choose between all 4 teams. It'll be a throw in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Rain continuing to fall heavily here in Corner Brook, as it has been all morning since early this morning. Kyle Keane, he's pushed down. That'll be a free kick for Nova Scotia. As always, we get a number of substitutions coming in for both teams. Kyle Keane, number 9, being one of them for Nova Scotia. Keane, he's got a strong leg. It's headed straight up in the air, not out. Ball still in the penalty area, finally cleared by Newfoundland and Labrador. Back out at midfield. Will be a handball on Neil Purcell. Quickly taken by Newfoundland and Labrador. Carter got it up through the middle. Nobody can get free of congestion there right now in the middle of the field. Isaiah Dory in goal now for Nova Scotia. Got that up the field quickly to John Kendall. Kendall, his cross, looking for Sherman. O'Driscoll back for Newfoundland and Labrador, but Kyle Keane will leave it there for Jack McPhee, taken away from him. Pritchard pushed it up ahead and was trying to get it to Finley Manning, too far for him. Headed down by Owens of Newfoundland and Labrador. Peddle got his foot in there. Back to Owens. Back to Peddle. And Peddle up to O'Driscoll. A little bit too far for him. Really no wind to contend with today as we had the first 2 days. The problem today is the rain. Myers-Hayne played it up for Nova Scotia to midfield, taken away there. Newfoundland Labrador trying to push forward. Pritchard. Got it to Carter. It comes into Isaiah Dory. Dory, his kick off the side of his foot a little bit. First touch to Newfoundland and Labrador, but coming in to get it was Sherman. Now Newfoundland and Labrador have it. O'Driscoll, Keane watching him. O'Driscoll into the middle, taken away. McPhee. Up ahead for Kendall, taken away by Shahada. Strickland. Peddle. Pritchard. Dylan Owens. Handball. Free kick to Nova Scotia. Gabriel John Kuchik. Over here to McPhee. Keane taken away by O'Driscoll. Back to Shahada. To O'Driscoll. Into the middle. Carter. To O'Driscoll. Good build-up. Calling for it down the left side is Pritchard. Pritchard will get to it. Just keeps it in play. John came over, took it away from him. That was stopped by Carter. Peddle drives it in. In there was Manning, but couldn't come up with it. Offside flag had gone up. Dory to take the kick for Nova Scotia. Looking for Kyle Keane, but that'll go out of play off the foot of Nathan Sherman. Throw in taken by Newfoundland and Labrador. Strickland, Shahada, Peddle. Foul, free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. This is Kirk Edwards, who's replaced Braden Harvey in goal for Newfoundland and Labrador. Both teams switching up their keepers at halftime to get both players a chance to get into the game. It's been a regular occurrence for a lot of teams in this tournament, as you'll often see in the age group play. And breaking through the middle, Kendall. Kendall's in all alone on Edwards. Edwards dives out and takes it right off the foot of John Kendall. Terrific goaltending by Edwards. Read the play. Handball. Taken quickly by Edwards. Pritchard. O'Driscoll is open here on the left. They couldn't get him the ball. Free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. Dylan Owens and Josh Peddle are there. Referee will back the wall up. Owens peels off. Peddle will take this. Peddle driving it high towards the goal and just over the top. That didn't miss by a whole lot, and there was no way Isaiah Dory was going to be able to cover the top part of the goal had that been maybe about a foot lower. It did sail over the top of the crossbar. A good try by Josh Peddle. McPhee. To Kyle Keane. Keane will try and track it down in the corner. His cross. Cleared. And out by Shahada, high in the air. Manning. Driscoll trying to get to it. Carter taken away by McPhee. To Keane, Kyle Keane. That one off of Dylan Owens, and now it'll be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. McPhee will take it. And for Kendall, cleared. Pritchard. Manning, back. Shahada, up here to Ian O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll, inside, outside, pushed it ahead for Pritchard. Useful ball, but Gabriel John gets there quickly. Throw in Newfoundland and Labrador. Driscoll will take this. to Pritchard. Anderson Pritchard. He'll win the corner kick for Newfoundland and Labradors. It went off of Mitchell Schwed. A yellow card. I think that's for, I believe that's Finley Manning. I think what's happened is a number of times as play has gone on, some of the Newfoundland and Labrador players have been calling out to the referee, you know, that's a handball, that's a foul, whatever. I think he's just had enough of it. When the collision happened, one of the players said something and the referee said, okay, stop talking to me, yellow card, I'll call the game. Players trying to help out the referee a little bit too much. He says, I don't need your help. O'Driscoll. Taken away. McPhee continuing his strong play. Kendall has it taken away. Shahada has it to Peddle. Peddle up through the middle looking for Manning. Peddle looking for Pritchard. Finally taken by Nova Scotia. Keane making a run down the right side. If they can get the ball to him, comes inside. Strickland goes back. He will leave it for Edwards. The Nova Scotia player was Kendall over the top of the goalkeeper. So it'll be a free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. Edwards up here for O'Driscoll. Ball bounces over his head. McPhee will keep it in play, but O'Driscoll took it away to Anderson Pritchard. Pritchard working against Schwed. Back to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll, his cross into the middle. Pritchard on the right foot. Pritchard now on the left foot. It's put out. It'll be another corner. Newfoundland and Labrador. This second half unit for Newfoundland and Labrador continuing to create opportunities. It's their second corner. Nova Scotia continuing to lead 1-0. To the front of the goal, punched away by Dory. Dory now well off. He's marking the goal, hustles back. Owens towards goal, high, arcing ball, headed away by the tall Gabriel John. Kept in, there's a try for goal. Just over the top as the loose ball came down to the foot of Finley Manning, and he had an opportunity. Newfoundland and Labrador coming close here in the second half. Still trail it 1-0. Almost 48 minutes gone in the game. McPhee. Kendall. He'll flick it on. Back to get it was Brown. Shahada missed it. Kyle Keane. Keane working against Shahada. It's put out. It'll be a throw in for Nova Scotia. Keane with the throw in. That's headed away. They'll do it again. Shahada out of the air and clears it. Flicked down a little bit further by Carter. All at midfield. John on it first. Carter up ahead. Manning. Again, John broke that up. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Strickland sends it out to midfield. Strickland. Brown up the right side. Brown is tripped up. It'll be a kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Goalkeeper Edwards will come all the way up to take this as Newfoundland and Labrador puts everybody up, pressing forward. Stephen Finley. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Finley to take it. John to the top of the penalty area and then cleared away. Keane stopped by Peddle. Nova Scotia follow up on it and clear it to midfield. Loose ball comes right to John Kendall. Kendall, long try for goal. No trouble there for Kirk Edwards. High at midfield. Anderson Pritchard got his head on it, but it comes right to Nova Scotia. Jude Cameron. Shahada tried to break that up. It's chipped on. Here's Keane with a bit of room now on the right side. Kyle Keane can get the ball to settle. Gets the cross in and punched away by Edwards. That will go out. It'll be a corner kick for Nova Scotia. Kyle Keane, as we've seen a number of times in the first few days of this championship, doing good work down the right side for Nova Scotia. He's got himself a goal. Now he will take the corner over on the far side. Low to the side of the penalty area, cleared away by Strickland, comes right back to Keane. Peddle broke that up, but again, Nova Scotia maintained possession. Turning to clear it. McPhee. And finally out at midfield. Schwed heads it down. Over to McCormick. Ball comes back. That's not McCormick, it's Cameron rather. McCormick came out of the game at the end of the first half. Free kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. Again, Edwards will take it. Carter, first touch for Newfoundland and Labrador. Carter, back to Shahada. Tried to get it to O'Driscoll. McPhee broke that up. Back to Shahada. Into the middle. Owens. He lost it. Coming back the other way. Nick Kachuk. Stopped by Shahada. Owens. Pritchard. To O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll trying to get to it. He can't quite catch up to the ball. Rolls over the sideline. Throw in for Nova Scotia. Here goes Keane again. Kyle Keane. Good ball across for Cameron. Cameron's got a little bit of space. Kendall, his try for goal. It went wide. Some fans reacted. Some of the players reacted. But the ball had gone wide of the goal off the foot of John Kendall. Keane drives it wide. Wasn't touched, so it'll be a goal kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Both teams have had some pretty good chances here in the second half. It's been a little more open than the first half was. Mitchell Schwed. He'll go back to Isaiah Dory. The middle. He lost it to Owens momentarily, but Nova Scotia get it back again. Gabriel John beginning his run. John staying with it, following up. Kendall in looking for it. John Kendall finally has it taken away. Cleared out by Dylan Owens. Nova Scotia beginning to exert themselves right now. McPhee. In front, Strickland missed it. Edwards comes out, he's got it. Finley to Dylan Brown. Brown lost it, the ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in to Nova Scotia. Substitution for Nova Scotia. Thomas McCormick coming back into the game. Mentioned he'd gone out at the end of the first half. McCormick, one of the most skilled players we've seen at this under-13 championship. Very good with the ball. Dangerous player out there. Edwards coming out, the ball gets by him, it's rolling towards goal, it will go just wide. Nova Scotia coming close again, cleared by Newfoundland and Labrador, and that will be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. McPhee. That'll go out. It'll be another throw-in for Nova Scotia. 57 minutes gone in the game. Visit bellalliant.ca/TV1 to get the TV1 live stream schedule and on-demand content. TV1 is also available to 5 customers in Atlantic Canada on channels 1 and 401. 5 TV1 powered by Bell Alliant. Anderson Pritchard into the middle. Manning turning. He has it taken away. Shahada will keep it in, puts it high in the air. Pritchard got a head on it. McCormick trying to get it out. Carter's in there, will keep it in for Newfoundland and Labrador, flicks it towards goal. One bounce and, Dory had a little trouble with that. A little short hop bounced in front of him. He was able to corral it. Strickland. McCormick watching him. Kendall is in there as well, and Strickland just has to kick it into touch. Throw in for Nova Scotia, leading it 1-0. Substitution. 2 substitutions for Newfoundland and Labrador. Owens and Peddle going out. Hassan and Pike coming in. Again, it will be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. Kendall lost it right at the corner of the penalty area. Hassan moving it up for Newfoundland and Labrador. Hassan with a good run. Stopped at midfield. Taken back by Nova Scotia. McPhee. Well, he's run miles in this game. Puts that one out, not happy with himself. Pike back to Shahada. Shahada long ball at midfield. First touch by McPhee. taken by O'Driscoll. Gabriel John, up in the air the ball goes. Sheen looking for it. Keane, rather. Finally, McCormick comes up with it. Pushes it through, was looking for Kendall. Strickland got his foot in. O'Driscoll trapped it. Edwards working against Pritchard. Edwards wins it up ahead to Keane, off his foot and out. Thomas McCormick, shoelace issue. He's going to get that fixed up. Ian O'Driscoll also. A couple of players with shoelaces coming undone. Referee will check his watch to see how much time he's going to have to add as we get the shoes done up. All right, just about ready. Here we go. Ahmed Shahada. Throw in, missed by Carter. And he gets it back, flicks it on a little further. Over to the far side. Cameron. Jude Cameron. He's stopped. John following up on it. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Newfoundland and Labrador. Under 9 to go in regulation. Again, just the one goal scored in this one by Mitchell Schwed in the first half. Ball that just got over the goal line off the fingertips of Newfoundland Labrador keeper Braden Harvey. Kendall. He lost it. Finally, it settles down, and Newfoundland and Labrador have it, but a pass way too hard for O'Driscoll, and that'll go out. Throw in for Nova Scotia. New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island coming up next at noon Newfoundland time. As the rain lets up here at Wellington. And the forecast was for it to stop raining by around lunchtime, so we may get the remaining 3 games in under absolutely ideal soccer conditions. Keane, his cross is a good one for Kendall. Kendall just missed it. It's put out by Newfoundland and Labrador. Went off the foot of Dylan Brown, so another corner kick for Nova Scotia. Cleared away by Newfoundland and Labrador. Anderson Pritchard's got it. Working up along the sideline. It's last touch by Pritchard, so it'll be a throw-in for Nova Scotia. If Nova Scotia can hang on to win this one, and again, that's a big if with 7.5 to go. But if they can, they would move into first place, 1 point ahead of New Brunswick, at least temporarily. As New Brunswick are playing next against Prince Edward Island. And if Newfoundland and Labrador want to have any aspirations of a berth in the gold medal game, they're going to have to at least come back and tie this one up. A loss and they would be eliminated. And a great opportunity here for Nova Scotia. As the foul was committed inside the penalty area, our first penalty kick of the weekend of this championship for either the under 13 or under 14. It'll be taken by John Kendall. This might seal the deal if he can score here. Here goes Kendall. Kendall puts it home calmly into the bottom corner of the goal. And that, as I say, may seal the deal. That may do it for Nova Scotia. Now let's take a look when we get a second at the penalty kick by Kendall. Newfoundland Labrador making a couple of substitutions. Less than 5 minutes to go in regulation time right now. 2-0 now, Nova Scotia lead it. Again, a win would move them ahead of New Brunswick. New Brunswick already ahead of Newfoundland Labrador in the standing, so a loss would eliminate Newfoundland Labrador from the gold and silver medal game tomorrow. It would assure Nova Scotia a berth in that game. As the ball goes out, let's take a look at the penalty kick taken by John Kendall just a moment ago. Just very calmly puts it right along the ground. No chance for keeper Edwards. This is Kendall again now, late in the game. Kendall stopped at midfield, but recovers, gets the ball back to McCormick. Looking for Sherman. Sherman, his cross, stopped by Shahada. That's knocked down. McPhee in there, over to Cameron. Looking for McCormick. Pike. Kuchek. To McCormick. On a little further, just beyond the reach of Kuchek. It'll be a goal kick, Newfoundland and Labrador. So with a victory, Nova Scotia would move into first place in this under 13. They would have 4 points. New Brunswick 3. Newfoundland and Labrador would stay at 2. PEI currently with 1, but PEI is playing New Brunswick next. PEI could win that game. They'd be tied with New Brunswick and then would get the second place as a result of the head-to-head battle. So still a lot to be played for. We know Nova Scotia is going to go to the gold medal game, barring something extremely dramatic in the final couple of minutes of this one. Whether they will play New Brunswick or Prince Edward Island, yet to be determined. McCormick trying to push forward. Pike defending well. He'll give it to Edwards. Kirk Edwards will clear it out at midfield. Owens. Pedal. John missed it. Hassan. Taken away by McCormick at midfield. McCormick to Cameron. Jude Cameron. That's put out by Dylan Brown. Into the final minute, plus any added time. Throw in Nova Scotia. Edwards coming out. Didn't quite get to it. The ball is still loose. Cleared away, sent right back in by McPhee. Stepping into it is Kuchik. That was stopped by Shahada. Schwed will play it in. Free kick given to Nova Scotia as we reach the 70-minute mark at full time. Now it's just up to the referee. Kyle Keane to take this kick for Nova Scotia. He'll drive it all the way towards goal. What a kick by Kyle Keane. Edwards out at midfield. John then headed on a little further. Sherman, he lost it. O'Driscoll racing onto it. O'Driscoll to the middle. Reggie Pike. Pike with a nice little move to O'Driscoll, and that's another good sliding tackle by McPhee as he continues his strong play for Nova Scotia. It's a trip. Kick for Newfoundland and Labrador. Again, we are in added time. Can't be a whole lot of time left. 2-0, Nova Scotia lead it. Goal by Schwed in the first half, and then a penalty kick by Kendall just a couple of moments ago to put it away. Peddle into the penalty area, ricochets around, comes in easily to Dory, who'll send it down the pitch. Kendall working against Strickland. Kendall was looking for McCormick, too far ahead of him. The ball goes into Edwards. High in the air at midfield. John is back there. Free kick for Nova Scotia. McPhee will leave it for Keane. Pike, Hassan, Peddle. He has it taken away. And Pike gets it back. Reggie Pike. Pike to O'Driscoll. The referee's whistle goes. Game is over. Big victory for Nova Scotia here this morning. They defeat Newfoundland and Labrador by a score of 2-0. That will guarantee them a spot in tomorrow's gold medal game. Who will they play? Well, we'll find out shortly as New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island play each other. A tie or win by New Brunswick puts them in. A win by Prince Edward Island will put them in. So it all will on-play and unfold for us in the next couple of hours. So I'm going to be back. Join us again at noon as New Brunswick plays Prince Edward Island in our final round robin game in the under 13 competition. Then at 2 o'clock we'll switch over to the under 14. We'll have two games for you in that, and that'll determine who gets into the medal games in the under 14. All to be played tomorrow. For now, we'll take a quick break and be back at noon with our second game. You're watching the under 13 Atlantic Boys Championship, Soccer Championships from Wellington Field, Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador, exclusively on 5 TV1.
Is that 5 TV?
Oh, you know it, man.
With ultra stunning 4K picture quality.
I love using Restart.
I use that all the time.
We love having Crave TV and Netflix right on it.
And having all my TVs set up wirelessly, it's amazing.
Can you imagine some people still don't have 5 TV?
I don't have it. Because I was living abroad.
With so many reasons to love 5 TV, it's time to make the switch to the best TV service.
You know, when I was a kid, wherever we went by pedal bike. Just imagine pedaling your bike every day, going to Carpoon to Lanson Meadows. We've been all over the place here. We went in every nook and cranny and climbed across the roof and hung on the beam. You know what young fellas are like. When this is here, you come and explore. My character is Ragnar, and my role is a blacksmith. Talk about where the Vikings got their iron and smelt it down and turn it into nails. The Vikings. Yeah, I think they're still here.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Oh boy, thank you.
You make me feel so young.
Think young. Pass it on.
You make me feel so spring has sprung.
Scott and Kevin Zachary are champions. They are the founders of New Scotland Clothing Company. They're both curlers and musicians and have day jobs on top of it all. Who says you can't do everything? The Zachary brothers are proof that hard work and ambition can help you live a fulfilling life. Let's start with their well-recognized clothing company, New Scotland Clothing. Different inspirations led them to the same idea.
You want to touch on that? Yeah. My daughter was on the way, and Scott was away overseas traveling. And when he got back, and when my daughter was born, we just were inspired. We had this idea, you know, to do a business together.
Well, back in 2014, I decided to go on a trip for 6 months, backpack around Australia, New Zealand, and Southeast Asia. And when I came home, I was very inspired by a lot of the people that I met along my journeys, some entrepreneurs, people that were working on the side that had some cool business ideas and projects. And when I didn't really realize at the time, but Kev was also kind of thinking of